One of the ways big cities get people to reinvest and reinvigorate older neighborhoods is by declaring them historic and giving them tax breaks. I'm sitting in the Catalina Vista neighborhood, one of the original suburbs of Tucson, with Vicki Jacobs, a realtor with Tierra Antigua Realty. Nice to see you, Vicki.
Great to see you, Robert.
Okay, let's talk historic neighborhoods. First of all, this park is beautiful. What is this park?
So Tahoe Park is located off-center of Catalina Vista neighborhood. And Catalina Vista neighborhood got its name from the mountains, which were named by Father Kino. In the 1600s, he named them after his sister's patron saint, St. Catherine.
Vicki, I'm trying to picture this place as raw desert, but it was. And it was 4 key people who got land grants. Tell us about the land grants.
So Charles Blenman was one. There were 4 people, and Charles Blenman was one, and the Blenman Elm neighborhood is named after him and the Blenman School. The other one was Andrew Olson, and the Olson addition is named after him. And we also have a street that runs pretty far in Tucson, that's Olson Avenue. Our 3rd land grant went to Calvert Wilson, and we have a Wilson Street named after him. And then there was a 4th person named Holly Little, and Holly named her area the New Acre Deal.
How much land did each one of these land grants receive?
They got over 400 acres apiece.
How did it slowly transform into the neighborhood? And tell us about these homes.
So there are mid-century homes, adobe homes. The homes range in size from 1,400 square feet to 4,500 square feet. It's about the least expensive home in the neighborhood is $500,000, all the way up to $2.5 million. All right. So you can pretty much find whatever you want, and you can walk to the U of A from here and the hospital.
Vicki, I love this neighborhood.
All right, I sold this house about 3 years ago. It is a mid-century modern home. It's a very lovely home, and it qualifies for the historic. Main reason it does is because the front is still preserved. It still has the original windows. They didn't paint the adobe. So when you go inside this home, it hugs you. You feel this warmth that's just incredible. I even had people call me and ask me if the mid-century hug was in the house or warmth was in the house, and I was like, yes, it's here.
Coming up, Tucson offers tax breaks if you'll preserve the exterior appearance of a home in an historic neighborhood. Learn details next.
So Vicki, this is the Blenman Elm neighborhood, right next door to Catalina Vista.
Correct.
And part of the original land grant group.
Exactly, and this neighborhood was named after Charles Blenman. And if you look over here at this little house, you can see a green, white, and like beige address. And it actually says 1936, which is the year the house was built. So if you live in the Blenman Elm neighborhood, you can go online to the Blenman Elm site, and you put in your address and your name, and you can order one directly there. So it's very easy. All right.
And the cool thing about it?
It just looks great. And it has the year your house was built on it, so everybody knows that you're in Blenman Elm District.
We talked about having your home declared historic, and there's a tax savings involved in that. So it's kind of a picky process. You have to go to a website and find out if your address is a candidate for an historic tax break.
So you get a 40% reduction first off for a historic property designation, and it's a historic neighborhood, so only the front of your house has to qualify in a historic neighborhood. When you're buying a home, that's how you can verify that what they're telling you is correct, right? And you can pretty much see it on the assessor's page.
Then if you're on the list, there are certain things you have to do to the front of your home.
There's a particular list of things that you can't do to the front of the home, okay, more than what you can. So for instance, like if you have windows that have slats in them, and you take those slats out, you could lose your designation because of that.
So what is the purpose of big cities giving these historic tax breaks?
Is to maintain all of the charm and character of these beautiful older homes, and also for the citizens to enjoy them.
So Vicki, what would Wilson, Olson, Blenman, and of course Holly Little think of their land today?
I think they would love it because it is such a beautiful neighborhood. It is so eclectic. Cross the street from the hospital, walk to the U of A, moments from downtown. It definitely is the center of the city. It's one of the best neighborhoods in Tucson.